wrinkles if you use too much. So as you can see, I'm being very soft with it and adding little dots that I will connect. So this is the Plan and Makeup by Yolanda Flawless brush that I'm using now. I like it because of the density. It has a slanted tip, and you can turn it this way to get close to the brows without messing it up. You can turn it this way to get to the side of the nose. This is one of my favorite. The Flawless and the Sleek brushes are must-have staples. And again, I tap. You don't want to drag your foundation because that will cause lines and creases. And see what I mean about a little goes a long way? Open your eyes up, babe. And see how I just turned the brush to get into her nose? You want to get into like the side of it, you know. And I turned it and used that edge. But you see how that actually went? I'm turning in angles. You like that coverage?
Mm-hmm.
And it's very natural looking on you. And then by the time we contour and bronze, and now I'm turning the other way so I can get close to this liner without messing it up. I always put the lashes on as like one of the very last things because I don't like the foundation or concealer to get into the lashes. So if you're wondering why she doesn't have lashes on yet, that's why. Now I'm just going to pat this into her skin, and I may end up adding more, but remember I said you can always see how I just turned the brush to get close to her lip without swiping her lip. You can always add more, but as I pick up product from where I added the dots, it may even out where I don't have to. But this way, I don't like when your makeup looks heavy and caked onto your skin, like you can take your fingernail and scrape it off. Like that's a look I don't like, especially on us older women. So less is more. And see how I'm going into the hairline? Now I'm going to get a little bit more. Just a couple dots. How does your face feel, Nikki? Does it feel heavy?
It doesn't feel heavy.
And that's one of my goals. I don't like you to look caked on. Even after I add the powder, she will not look or feel heavy. Now I'm turning the brush again to get close. Turned again. Like I said, this brush is definitely a staple for your collection. Turned again so I can get close to the brow without touching the brow. And notice how I'm tapping it in. Now I'm turning it so I can get right in between without messing up her eyebrows. Mum your lips so I can go above your lip. and the side of the nose, tip of the nose. And get in this corner here. You want to go just under your neck and around the ear, just so it looks natural and not having that circle around your face. Turn again. No, not you, the brush. And so look at that coverage. That's NARS Soft Matte. Now, Nikki, how do you like your under eye? Do you like a light under eye, a medium under eye?
For eyeliner?
No, for your concealer. You lighten up, or do you just want me to do my thing?
Just go with what you know, because I don't ever use concealer.
Okay, I got you.
So I would be not answering that right.
Okay, got you. I got you, baby. So we are going to use Plan and Makeup by Yolanda concealer. And I love this concealer here. I'm looking for the right, this is the shade I want to use on Nicole. Because Nicole doesn't wear a lot of makeup, I want her to have a light under eye without going too far in. This is the color that I'm going to use, and this is the shade 220. This is the new Effervescence concealer by Plan and Makeup by Yolanda. When you open it up, it has the little sponge that you can use. And it also has a compact, it also has a compact mirror, which I haven't used, so I haven't pulled off the tape.
All right, I'm getting ready to do live for me.
And when I'm looking for a particular brush, it likes to hide from me. That's what I'm looking for right now. There it is. So again, I go in with a brush, and now we're going to conceal. And this is somewhere in the middle. It's light, but bright, but not too much for someone who doesn't normally wear makeup. Turn to the side, baby. Okay. Open up. I don't want to get it in your lashes. And again, this is the Plan and Makeup by Yolanda Effervescence concealer. And this shade here is 220. I'm being careful around this wang. Not wing, wang. I know what I said for the grammar police. And I highlight out to the edge because I like a dramatic. This is what I call a facelift in a jar, on this, in this case, a compact. When you do your makeup, especially if you're more seasoned like ourselves, you lift up because it's like facelift in a jar. If you pull it down, you look depressed and older.
I don't want that.
Right. And I do mine in a V shape. If you look at it, you see I'm making a V, and then I'm going to fill it in, and then we'll blend it out. And not that she needed a facelift, because you can see she's beautiful without it. But you want to always carry your concealer upward. See how I'm going up? I didn't bring it down this way. See how that lightens up, and we're going to blend it out, of course. Open. I don't want it to get in your eyelashes.
That look, no, I don't need no one video on. I think I'm live.
Yeah, it says live up top.
Okay.
So going around the side of her nose, coming down underneath her nose. And again, I make a V. Open up, baby. And we have creases and fine lines underneath our eye. So you want to make sure that you get into the crease because you don't want to look up later and have it cracking, have a neck crack look. And again, I do my makeup in a way I don't add, I do set with powder, but some people, and again, makeup is individual, so no shade to those that do it. Some people use a lot of powder. I don't because I don't like feeling caked on or looking caked on. But some people like to use a lot of powder for highlighting and contouring. I want my face as light as possible. I want to forget that I have more makeup. And see how I went up with that? Look at me, babe. Just making sure it's evened out on both sides. Now, I'm going to do a little bit over the forehead, highlighting the forehead. Just a smidgen on the chin highlight, and a little bit going down the nose. I'm just making sure my line is straight. Don't want to give you a crooked nose.
For those of you just tuning in, this is Purple Quartz and Wanda, God's Brat, and her paint. So you'll see the final product. We'll be posting it, and we'll make sure that you know how to reach this young lady because she's a professional makeup artist. So I wanted to take some time to share what she's doing while she's in the process of creating.
Oh, thank you. You can find me, and these little puffs here, I love when it comes to doing the concealer. A lot of makeup brands are selling them now, but on the low, let me tell you, you can get them from Amazon because I'm a diva on a budget. And you get quite a few of them for a reasonable price. But I like it because you can stick your finger in it. It's shaped like a triangle, and you have more control over your blend. And you can really get into the grooves and crevices. So again, you don't want to drag down because that makes you look older and it streaks your makeup. Open up, baby. And now I'm getting close to this under eye. And we definitely want to see how I'm pulling down right here because I just want to make sure I get into the fine lines. We don't want her creasing and cracking. And she's like myself, very sensitive about the under eye. And we water. And see now where that line is, we never want any harsh lines. So what I'm going to do is take the puff on the other end where there's no product and blend that out. And then I'm going to come down here. Some people do this with a brush. Since I found these puffs, I like to do my concealer with this. And see this harsh line? We're blending that out. There was no product here. Blending. And we're patting. Now you see that natural looking highlight? And we're going to set it with a powder. But again, and now I'm coming and I'm blending it on the nose. Concealer, you do set with a powder. Anywhere that you put a liquid or a cream, you want to set with a powder. Now I'm going to go back to that other end, the pointed end, and come under this side. And see, I can take my pointer finger and put it to the tip and get this to go exactly where I want it to go. So again, a lot of makeup brands are carrying these now, and I'm not trying to bust their hustle, but they're also on Amazon.
What is these lines saying here? I just want to make
Oh,
sure.
you can look at it.
Okay. Okay.
And I'm open up, getting underneath the eye. And I was explaining, I'm pulling this down because I want to make sure I get into the fine lines. And then I can take this and go really close to that wing without messing it up. Now I'm going to go to my other end where there's little to no product and blend out that top. This is highlighting. And then we're going to go in and contour and bring, when you put foundation on, you make your face flat, one dimensional. So I'm going to contour and bronze to bring back the color and gradient look to Nicole's skin. Getting close under her nose. And just blending that in really well. And make sure you blend the side of your nose. I'm going to go back in with the tip. The side of your nose, a lot of people forget. I look at so many people with their makeup done, and the side either has no product or caked product. So remember to get that. And we're highlighting the chin. And then I'm coming with that no product in and blending it in. You also always want to keep your foundation brush close by because that also helps with the lines of demarcation. Now, when I do her concealer, you see how I sort of rounded that off at the top? That's on purpose. And I just gently go across in that same circular motion. I bring that towards where I had the highlight over her eyebrow without touching the eyebrow. Blending it, blending it. This will be a highlighted area, but we're also going to add concealer and bronzer to bring the color back into her face so this won't look so pronounced in the end. Now I'm coming with the same sponge. Now I'm wrapping it around my finger and I'm patting to establish a smooth surface. You're going to go in and contour. Don't have to do much, but I'm taking away that thickness and that harsh line. So when I do my contour, it's flattened out. And see how I'm patting? And you always have to trust the process. I know some of you looked up here and was like, what in the hay? You got to trust the process. Now I'm going and further blending out that circle. So it's less work. And I'm taking my time. If you don't have time to do your makeup, if you're in a hurry, lippy lash liner out the door. Anything else looks rushed and people can tell you rushed it. I'm just wiping product off of my hands so that I don't put it on Nicole's face or in her hair.
Oh, we have Kush Fairy on here who's joined us.
Hi, beautiful.
She just had her her makeover. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna come back when we're closer to finish. We'll go back live so that you'll have an opportunity to see the finished product and also figure out how I'll give you some information so you can reach out to Wanda God's Brat and her paint and she can work with you personally as well.
And remember that the products that I'm using are Plan and Makeup by Yolanda. Go to planandmakeupbyyolanda.com. Use my name Wanda, Wanda, at the end, and you can get a discount.
And we all love discounts. So we'll talk to you soon. You'll be able to see what this looks like when it's all done. Bye.
So for my people, we are still live. Now we're going to contour Nikki's face, and we're using the Tropical Contour and Bronzer palette from Plan and Makeup by Yolanda, and we're using the light to medium palette. And just so you know, I do use my products. We're going in with the medium shade for Nikki's skin tone. I more so use the darker shade, but we're going in with this shade for Nikki. And now what we're going to do is get rid of lines of demarcation. Turn to the side for me. So where we had the contour and the foundation, we're going to come in and darken that up some. And remember I said you can start off light and build. You don't want to go in with a heavy hand and then be like, oh snap, what did I just do? You I bring it up a little bit around the temple. You see the difference there, Nikki? Just a little bit. Just bringing in that color. And I'm just going to build it until it's where we both like it. I'm going to keep the under eye highlighted. I'm going to go in and set the under eye with powder. And this right here is the Flawless brush that I'm using. Actually, I wanted to use the Sleek brush for this. And that's another staple in the Plan and Makeup by Yolanda community. It's like a smaller version of the Flawless. See how I can really get around the edges. And remember I said that you want to get close to the hairline. And when I do this, I go close to the edge and I pull outward. And that's so you don't have that cast, that little light area when you do your pictures. Now where I highlighted, I'm going to take the brush and I'm going to pat so it blends. Take your time so it blends flawlessly and it becomes her skin tone. You see that? Do some more blending. And notice I'm just patting and taking my time until I can't see the lines. But there's a highlight right there that I want to keep. Now, there's a demarcation line right here. I'm real particular, and I'm just taking the end that has very little product and patting that out. Same here. And you see the highlight, but not the lines. And I'm not going deep dark with Nikki because she's a natural girl. She doesn't wear makeup all the time. And again, because she goes natural most of the times, I really don't want her to feel like she has on makeup. Turn to the side. And this is just taking away the one dimension that putting on foundation brings to your skin. This is slowly adding color and life back to her skin. Then we're going to go in and set the concealer with powder. Anywhere you put a liquid or a cream, you want to set with a powder so it doesn't run. Look at me. Pretty. And also, where I put the highlight on her chin, same thing. You don't want to be able to see. You want to see the highlight, but you don't want to see those lines around the edge. So, perfect brush. And see how I'm patting that around the end. You can see the highlight. but you can't see the edges. Going underneath the chin. And then we're going to contour her nose while we have this out. Where did I put that brush? You need a moment?
I'm okay.
Here we are. I had to look over it. I know that's right. So now we're going to contour her nose, taking that same color. So where the eyeshadow is right here, I use that as a guide to where I'm going to start. And I put some contour and pat it on lightly. And I do drag that just a little bit, just a gentle swipe, very gentle. Again, I'm holding my brush at the end so I have more control. And I bring that up underneath the eyebrow so it's not like the contour just appears out of nowhere. I bring that and blend it up under the brow. And I'm smoothing it out. And we will, of course, blend that harsh line. Turn to the side. No, the other side. Look at me for 1 second. Look back at me straight. I don't want to make you too snatched. You're not trying to do Michael Jackson. You don't have a nose like mine. Not bad. Then you want to come and do this tip right here. Round that off. We are definitely going to take care of the harsh lines.
You want to sit on the bench? I'll scratch my head.
I know. And then turn to the sides. No, that way. And again, I take it under the brow. See how I'm tapping that in so that it's seamless. And I want to drag that down, the contour down a little bit. We're adding color. Now I'm going to go back with the puff. Look at me straight on. And I'm just blending. I'm going to take and with little product, just blending that. Don't want any harsh lines. We don't do lines. And now we see how she has color back in her face. Now we're getting ready to take setting powder and set the contour. Where did I put it? I don't know what made me put stuff up if I knew I was still using it. And I'm using the translucent setting powder by Planning Makeup by Yolanda, and a little bit, and then this is a F420 brush. I have about 5 of these. You can use it for a little bit of everything. And I'm taking that and setting her. Again, I don't like a lot of powder. I don't bake. I set. Open up, baby. So it's just enough powder to set it, but some people use a lot and they bake and let it sit and do. And this is just where I had the concealer. It's going to look ashy for a moment, but when I do the setting spray, it's going to take care of that. We also have rose water and cucumber spray. Some people like to spray that to get rid of the casket look. I just let the setting spray because that's as little products as possible. Everywhere I put that concealer, going around the nose, coming on this side. And now I'm going to pull down because we have a fine line here. So I'm just pulling down to get in there, and then I'm going to go back under with the puff and make sure that it's like down in the groove. Everywhere that I put concealer, I'm adding powder. Didn't mean to add it to your sweater.
I got this in my robe, so
Uh-huh.
you can do what you need to do.
Okay.
It could be my sweater.
Okay.
This time, right?
Look. So remember I put concealer on her forehead. So we're gonna set that. I also put a little concealer in the brow, like what's on the brush, so it doesn't look shiny. It'll like dry out and it won't have that shiny look. And now I'm gonna turn this again, brush that you can use angles. I'm gonna turn it so I can just put that where I had the concealer on the nose. And now we're gonna put some on her chin. Remember, everywhere you put a liquid or a cream, you should set with a powder. Now I'm gonna go underneath her nose and on top of the lip, just gently. Now I'm gonna go back with that puff and blend that into her skin. And this powder just melts into the skin. Look at that, minimal effort. We want it highlighted, but look at how that blended into her skin. You see the highlight, you see the contour, but you don't see lines. Now I'm gonna go under her eye and just blend this in. Open up, baby. And I'm pulling down because I want to get into the fine lines so that we don't have creasing. You starting the water open up. I see it. I'm just gonna hold this here for a second. That's why I don't mess with my under eye too much. We're not going to do an under eye for Nicole because just like me, she waters easily. And if she's like me, it'll water, start down here and water upward and mess up her shadow. So it's not that we don't know that it's supposed to be done, but you have to tailor your makeup to your skin tone, your face shape, and what you know your face is going to do. So if you know that you water, don't do a whole lot under that eye and mess up all your hard work. Take that on. And see how that faded port silk primer has her foundation looking really flawless. I'm just going in, and then I want to add a little bit more translucent powder to define your contour. Turn around. So what I'm doing is just taking that and making a line. And this is just defining the contour, etching her out. And bring that down. Turn around to the other side, baby. And we're just defining the contour with the setting powder. We are going to, of course, blend this out. And just make a line. Now we're going to take our destination brush, and she's a big puffy baby. And what I do is take that and I blend everything. She's already blended, but now where I did that line, we're gonna blend it out and see how I'm staying right there. And I'm just blending it out, and that's adding definition. You don't want a harsh line, even with this, even though you're adding definition. So this baby right here, she's nice and soft, is she not? Mm-hmm. And I'm just going in a circular motion to blend out, but there's a definition there now. Coming up top, everywhere, just blending. I'm sort of buffing out everything that I've done, even though I've blended well. Because remember I said everything is about blending. I'm buffing it out now. And making everything seamless. You look beautiful, if I do say so myself.
Thank you.
And I'm just going in and buffing everywhere out. And I'm going in a circular motion. And we want to add blush. This is the Blooming Blush palette that I have a piece of tape stuck on for some reason. By planningmakeupbyyolanda.com. And again, I use my products. And you see you get a lot for your money. So we're going to take Forest Wonder to blush you out. And remember I said build. That's perfect. And I go around the temple a little bit. And see how we added just enough. Like that?
Mm-hmm. I don't think I've ever used purple blush.
Stick with me, boo.
Mm-hmm.
That yellow is very pretty too, believe it or not.
I can't imagine that either.
I never would have believed that until I got this palette. And turn that way so I can. And I add a little around the temple. Look at me, I just want to make sure the two sides are even. And that was Wonder that we use as, Forest Wonder that we use as the blush. And the Planning Makeup by Yolanda Blooming Blush Palette. Again, on the website, planningmakeupbyyolanda.com. Use my code WANDA at checkout to save you a few coins. And we're on lips. Now, I have a lip color in mind. I want to see if you're okay with the shade. Let me see if I can find it. Because I'm looking for it, it's gonna leave me. How do you feel about that?
That's pretty, but I can do a little bit more red.
Red?
Something not quite, but like a little, maybe a little bit more burgundy or
Okay.
mauve. You know,
Okay.
just a little deeper. I can go a little deeper.
Let's see. I have a thought. What's this? Is this short? No. It's never. The one I'm looking for is probably in my purse. That's red. What's this one look like? I forgot. That's too red. The one I'm looking for is in my purse. Done.
Oh, well, we can use another one.
You, this is your gift. You're gonna get what you want if I can find it. The one I'm looking for is called Hydrangea, and she's very pretty, and I use her all the time. Is this her?
You want me to pause?
Yeah, pause that by search. And we're back. Nicole had a snack. And now we're using the Planet Makeup by Yolanda Lippy, and it's a soft matte lippy called Hydrangea. Try to let that get into focus for you so you can see the name. And you push it in and pull it out. Luxury. And this is her. She has like a little, Nikki wanted something a little bit deeper than what I showed her before. So this has a little hint of red, but it's more purple, a darker purple. We're going in with Royalty Lip Liner, one of my favorites. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. This is the Royalty Lip Liner. I don't overline like so many people do. I draw an X right here. X marks the spot to create the perfect V in the front. And then bring it on around. Now, if you want a fuller looking lip, you outline on the outside of your lip line. If you just want your natural lip, you just come on the very inner corner and line your lip. And again, I make an X. Open up a little bit. Line it. Now, because Nikki's family, I'm putting my lipstick on her. I normally have a tool when I do clients where I my packet where I have the individual applicators, but I'm at her home and not in my makeup room, and I forgot them. And she's family. Open up. Like that.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And we're open up so I'm getting. Mom, I'm gonna clean it up, so don't worry. Open up. Moment. Now what we're gonna do is just take a little bit. Oh no, doesn't. I want E-base. We're gonna take a little base that's closer to Nicole's skin tone and just clean up around the lip. This is the E-base by Plan and Makeup by Yolanda. Just a little dab, so that looks nice and crisp. And then we're going to take her same puff and just blend it out. Remember, take your time with your makeup. I'm just taking that and bringing it down just a little bit. See how that. And this takes care of where, when I had her to mom, it smeared a little bit. So we're just cleaning that up. My hand is twitching. I'm trying to find the right angle. Turn more to the side. There you go. And I'm just tapping that around the edge. Just a dab. And then you just want to blend it in. Be careful not to smear, which you just did. And now we're going to highlight just a smidgen. I think I want to, let me put my keys back before I won't be able to get in my house. And look at me for a second. I'm trying to figure, I think I want Nanny Rose. Turn the fan off so we don't blow that everywhere. How do you feel about her? She's not going to go on real bright.
No, but where's that going to go?
Just a little highlight. Give you a little.
Yes.
And I take it from the top. Shake it off. See, give you. See that? Turn around. See that Nanny Rose? This is Nanny Rose highlighter. I'm using very little because Nicole is not a true makeup person. She just wanted something. This is my gift for Mother's Day. And remember, I said sometimes the best brush is the finger. I'm just blending that in. Patting. Turn around. Look at that. And then we're going to put a little bit underneath her brow. Yes. Look at the camera so you can see it.
Oh, yes, beautiful.
And then we're going to do the other side. Again. Look at me so I can make sure it's balanced out. Then a little bit underneath your brow. A bit on the tip. A bit right here. I go crazy with highlight. I like the highlight. You're not a highlight person, so I'm just giving you a smidgen. And then a little bit in your cupid's bow. Like that?
Mm-hmm. That's pretty. Very pretty. It's beautiful.
Now, coming with finishing spray, I'm gonna do like 4 quick bursts. It's gonna shock you. Close your eyes and suck it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I lied.
Mm-hmm.
And then I take a brush and tap it into the skin. And this makes your makeup last longer, stay in place. And remember I told you that ashy look? That's why I spray so much. So that it takes care of that ashy look.
It smells good.
Thank you. So I'm patting it into your skin. So your makeup is going to stay until you're ready for it to come off when I do your makeup. Now we're going to do lashes.
Look, my eyes just finished.
Water.
Yeah, they look. It's like they about to get another shot.
And what I do is line the top of the lash line. And you want to make sure that it gets tacky. This is Nicole's first time wearing lashes, guys. She's really trusting me.
Mm-hmm.
Turn to the side. I use the Duo Lash Glue in the green and white box. That's the best lash glue in my opinion. Get that out your tear up. So we don't have no issues. Stay there. I'm getting ready to come in with a napkin. Open up a little bit. I'm gonna let you glue shut.
Mm-hmm.
Now tonight we're not going to use the Plan and Makeup by Yolanda lashes. I do have other lashes. These are the lashes that we're going to use that we got from Amazon. It's a cat eye. It starts off small in her corner. and fans out towards the end, but they're also eyeglass friendly. And again, this is Nicole's first time wearing lashes, so we didn't want to overwhelm her. I'm going to cut the tip off so it doesn't stick her in the eye. When your lash glue, if you're using dual, becomes clear, it's ready for you to apply the lash. I'm just using my lash tool to place that precisely where I want it. Not too much, it gives her a different look, but not too much for a first time. Look up. I glued you shut.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait, let me get,
It's
that was,
open.
oh, okay, that was, no, that corner open up. Okay. I knew that corner was doing that. How you like your lash?
Let me see. Let me see if is my eye
Let me,
shut?
mm-mm. I just want to make sure it's positioned properly.
Mm-hmm.
You shut again?
I can't tell. I can open it, but I can
Yeah.
feel something.
Open. I'm gonna have to put some powder right there because where the glue had gotten there, it keeps attaching. I'm just gonna add a little opening. You're just adding a little translucent powder because I got a little heavy-handed with the glue, and she keeps sealing. But I said this duo is the bomb. That's what you want your lashes to do. Stay on.
Oh, that's pretty.
Not too heavy.
Mm-mm. And it's kind of not feeling like I'm glue trapped. But it's different. It's nice. Okay.
And I like it because it's a statement without being overpowering. Close. Okay. And then we're gonna go back in with mascara because I got some foundation or something on your bottom of your lashes. Look up. I don't want to make your eyes water. I'm going to actually use a tool to just marry them. Just saw it. Watch, I'm not going to be able to find it because I'm looking for it. I literally just saw what I'm looking for, and now I don't see it. And I know it's over here. Thank Wanda. She was flattening part of it.
what are you doing? Pushing it down?
Yeah, just marrying it together so we don't have any faux pas. And what I'm doing is just marrying Nicole's lashes to the falsie by pressing it on real tight. And there we have a statement without being too much. You glue shut again.
Mm.
Open. I'm gonna put some translucent powder there. Open. Don't want that too bright. And again, we're not doing the under eye because Nicole is like myself and waters easily. And we don't want to mess up our makeup look.
Yeah, that looks nice, Wanda. I gotta get used to it.
Yeah, this is a total. Nikki normally goes natural. She wears no makeup at all.
I wear some little
But
lip
not
gloss
all of
and-
this.
But this is, like I'm going to the prom.
I'm glad you feel that way. That means
Yes.
you feel special. So that's what I
This is
wanted.
beautiful. So when I want to take the eyelashes off, what?
You literally just
Oh, no, we're
pull.
not gonna do
No,
that.
we're not going to do it. But you literally just take it off. Like the lash glue is above your lash line, so you don't have to worry about pulling your lashes.
But should I wash my face first and let
Pull
that?
it over. You can
Just-
pull that off first.
Okay.
And there we have it.
That's
Nicole's
beautiful.
final look.
Beautiful. Thank you.
This was her
Wanda.
Mother's Day gift.
Yes, my first time. I'm 52 years old. And it's the first time I ever had eyelashes on. So
And how
thank
does your
you.
face feel? Do you feel
Wonderful. It feels beautiful. It's everything is but it's not too. It still feels natural. You
you
know
feel
it's made
glammed
up.
out without
Yes,
too much?
very nice. I love it.
And does it feel heavy or cakey
It
or?
feels very light, natural. I like it. It goes
So-
with my purple. That was the theme for the day.
Exactly.
Purple quartz.
So I've used Planet Makeup by Yolanda products. Again, shop my code Wanda, WANDA. We use the Earthly Desires palette on Nicole
I
today.
smile.
Yes. And I use Hydrangea soft matte lipstick. I use Nanny Rose highlighter. I use the Tropical Summer contour and bronzing palette in light to medium. I use the Blooming blush palette, and I use Forest Wonder as her blush. We use eyeshadow bases E, H, and Surface for her look tonight. We did a cut crease, and she was